We're live, everyone. This is Crisis 169 coming to you live with another live stream. My live stream will do more and more of a weekend roundup live streams and do more uploads. That way, a little bit of a buy cost here. It takes a little bit of time and money. Not really money, but time. Doing uploads take a little longer than doing live streams. Believe it or not, because sometimes I can hit or miss with the internet uploading a video. So I do live streams during the weekend roundup, like once a week, maybe once a week or once every other week. So I'll do that. Today's topic: weekend roundup, news, mass layoffs, Sony. One has two N's for Sony, EA, Xbox, and more. Insomniac Games laid off about 900 people, about 8% of their workforce, even though Spider-Man 2 sold over 10 million copies. But people have to understand that when they're getting pitchforks out and the flames and chasing down Sony executives and beating down Insomniac's door, understand that most games take about 5 years to create. And every year the game is in the proverbial oven, it takes longer and longer to make. And it costs more. You can do a Battlefield or a Halo or a Rush Out Last of Us Part 1 on PC or even Hogwarts Legacy, and get that going. And get that massacre going. Or you could take a little longer time to do things and do it right. I'm the kind of guy that says, let's do it right. Let's not sit there and go ahead and fork and spoon this thing. Let's take it and do it right, okay? Let's not take things out of context here. Laying off a lot of people. Sony laying off, they're saying about almost 5 to 10% of their employees too as well. Microsoft already laid off 1,900 people, but I guarantee you more is going to come. And people asking why, and this is part of the gaming issue we talked about a couple of days ago. Even RGB285 talked about it too as well. The gaming community, the gaming industry is in a flux right now. We are in a big flux right now, a real big flux. And what I mean by that is these games are making a lot of money, but acquiring almost double the money. So let's take Spider-Man 2, for example. And Sony is closing a lot of their live interactive things. The live service, Twisted Metal, is no longer coming out. That's been canceled indefinitely. They closed down the UK version of their studios, as well as shutting down a lot of their LA studios too as well, staff. So a lot of games happen that way. The Suicide Squad was a dismal failure. Hellbent, what you call it, we call a game called Hellbent, what it's called, is doing quite well now, only because it's finally getting some resurgence. But still doesn't mean that the games like that are not going to have trouble. So Sony is learning what Microsoft has done and put their eggs in the live service basket. Oh, we'll go there, put the money in there too. And really what they realized was now, hopefully like a lot faster than Microsoft did, is that they're closing studios because these studios they created are like studios doing live service stuff. But it still doesn't understand why Guerrilla Games is pretty much being gutted. And Insomniac Game employees are being laid off. But you have to take the dollar cents. Yes, now I'm going to play devil's advocate. Yes, I'm going to be that person to be the corporate guy and say, you know what? It's them or all of us. Okay? In a corporate world, you cannot have everybody be a president of the company. You have a president, you have worker bee. That's how it goes. If you don't like it, I moved to Argentina. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Because in the world we live in, you're a worker bee or you're the president. You're a king or you're a pauper. That's the way it is. If you don't like that, guess what? It doesn't matter what you don't like. No, it don't matter. It doesn't matter what I like. Doesn't matter what anybody likes or dislikes. It's just the way it is. That's how it is, folks. I know I'm sorry to tell you this. I'm really sorry to tell you all this stuff. I'm really sorry to tell you this, that you guys are going to have to understand this. Does it suck? Yes. But look at Microsoft. They're a far worse state right now than Sony is. But Xbox has Microsoft behind them, so they don't have to worry about money. But the problem is how long is it going to go for Microsoft? So you know what? No, we're funding a dead corpse called Xbox. We're tired of doing this. We're pulling the plug. Even though there is issues out there with this. Even though there is issues out there with this. Live services, folks, are weird. Okay? They're kind of weird. Where in the same sense that live services can be, looked at as being something cool. Anthem fell for EA. Redfall fell for Microsoft. Suicide Squad fell for Sony. A lot of games failed. Why? Because people are not into live services. Look at Battlefield. Okay, we'll take a little. If I can get the cords out of the way here for a second here. Take a little bit of a look here at Battlefield. Steam player count. It's rocking at, when it wants to load, 11,000 players. It just made, last 30 days, made 16.2 players, 16% plus. It was, 17,000 24 hours ago. 44 minutes ago, it's 11,700 players. And that being said, though, is that totally a bad thing? Are services this bad? Yes and no. It saw the big hit around 2023, October, when it had over 100,000 players. That's 21,000 players came back. It lost 6, 5, 4, 500, and gained 16 back. They say 17 players. So, in a span of a year, it came roaring back. Battlefield came roaring back to somewhat of a sudden. Someone's now they're releasing the not Windows, but EA and DICE are releasing Battlefield Season 7. They're only supposed to have only 5 or 6 seasons of this game. Because people came back to it and are roaring back. People are playing it again. People are enjoying it again. And that's what a live service can be done right. But it should have been fixed day one. And we all know games ain't going to be fixed day one. It's impossible. Games were out, like Spider-Man 2, out for 5 years and being created. After they got done with Miles Morales, did 122% sales. That was a DLC type of game that you could pretty much download to Spider-Man and play it off there if you really wanted to. And you could, I think, on PlayStation 4, and I think PlayStation 4, you could download it to the game and play it off original Spider-Man. They thought you could. Of course, then they created their own game out of it to save more money, make more money. And the game was really good. It was really, really, really good. So I have to say it's a great game. So it is worth its weight in gold. But when Spider-Man 2 sells 10 million copies and it's automatically laying off 900 employees, what's going on here? In every company, folks, there's restructuring. In every company, they're restructuring. There's always going to be restructuring. There's always going to be that sense of it happening. That's just the way it is, folks. And I don't want to know. I don't know what to tell you, and I don't know what to tell you. I can sit here all day and say, well, it's just the charts and graphs. The game industry, guys, in flux, just like retail industry. I have a lot of friends who work retail, part-time and full-time. Tell me the hours are so bad now. Part-timers are literally finding a second job just to make ends meet. Then when a company calls them back in to give them some hours, they leave the job they had, go back up there, and now their hours are gone again. So now they're back at home. Try to call the old job back they had, and like, well, you left us before. Why should we hire you back? See, and this is sad because this is a different situation. But everybody's feeling pinched right now. Inflation causing this problem. You can blame Joe. You can blame evil Democrats. You can blame evil Republicans. You can blame independents. You can blame the men with large penises. You can blame the women. You can blame the trans community. You can blame LGBTQ. You can blame the churches. You can blame whatever you can blame. You can blame who you want to blame. I blame people who don't understand economics. If you vote for a guy that says you're going to raise taxes and you use your finger to vote for this guy and he gets in office, Joe Biden, for example, and he does everything he said he's going to do, raise taxes, and now you're upset, oh my God, taxes are higher. He said he was going to do it. So why are you worrying about it? Same thing in the game industry. Well, bring all this money, we'll cut jobs. Look Call of Duty about 10 years ago. Okay? They made all this, like $1 billion. First $1 billion they made like 10, 15 years ago. And they let off what? 250 people? Why? Because companies do that. They trim the fat to save more money. It's not about companies going out of business all the time. It's about the fact that companies need to keep themselves afloat. Like I said before in the beginning of the live stream video, they cannot make everybody a president of the company. You can't pay everybody $100 an hour because then it becomes too costly. It means you go out of business and it's them or all of us. When you have a company and you're spending, let's say, 50% more on everything, and you lay off 10 people just to make even or make a little extra, bring home a little extra butter to the family, you're going to make the decision to cut those 10 people to bring a little extra butter home to the family. That's just the way it is, folks. It's called business. And now every YouTuber out here can go, I think it's wrong. You have a career on YouTube sitting in front of a camera telling your opinion. I have a full-time job in a retail company and now a distribution company for over 19 years. I have reason to talk. I will say what I want to say about this. And I'm playing devil's advocate. These companies are trying to give us best entertainment, but also keep people jobs. Granted, it's rough to lose 800 people, 1,000 people. But like I said before, it's them or all of us. It's them or everyone. We're all on the street now. Yay. You happy now? It's just one of those things you have to do. And, I've been in retail stores, different companies where people got walked out for attendance violations. And seeing them crying and blubbering about, losing their job because of attendance. You know something, though? It does bother me. But it's two different roads there. They put themselves there to get terminated. These employees were working their butts off, didn't do anything other than do their jobs. So I can play devil advocate on both sides. Well, yeah, employees are busting their ass, but the company has to keep money, stay afloat. And maybe those people get a severance package. Maybe they will. Maybe they got like 20, 30 grand. If they live out in California, that ain't nothing. It's like, you buy a pack of smokes and maybe half a gallon of gas and maybe a soda. Because this stuff's so high in California. But it's rough for people to go, well, I think it's wrong. The companies are doing that. So you want all of them to go out of business, lose all their jobs? Because you want to be some self-righteous, deity that says, thou safe must give everybody a job? Because everybody has a job. If the teams are being let go, or people who are underperforming, okay, let's say they sat down. Okay, sat down. I'm playing once again. Playing devil advocate. HR department. Boss said, okay, we need to cut 900 people. Who are the less productive people on our team? Well, we have 900 people here who are less productive. Okay, those are gone. It sucks, but coming in late, eating your breakfast on the clock, riding time clock, those things are noticed by corporate guys. I'm not saying that that's being done here, but any fraction violation you do at work, they can get rid of you. So you have to be careful. You do your job with the fear of God in you. That you can be gone just like that. Like that, be gone. And all the blubber and crying ain't going to save your job. I think people just need to accept the fact that these companies are going to a state of flux. Okay? A state of flux right now. That they're going to have to make the hard decisions, fist in the air, the fist in the air, tough decisions. And really understand this. That you can sit there and go, whoa, evil corporations, evil people, evil. These people built a company back in the 80s, 90s, in some cases like Nintendo, 150 years ago. So are they all supposed to go out of business, just to appease the liberal nonsense agenda of everybody going out of business, so you can't have it, I can't have it, so you can't have it either? No. The many outweigh the few. And these 900 people might make better games. It may make worse games. Who knows? I mean, I always play devil's advocate, wherever I go. Because I believe that the company has best interest in mind for the company. If you're along for the ride or not, that's just a necessity that's there or not there. That's a benefit on your icing and air cake, if you're there or not. But it doesn't mean that the company should just fall over themselves to give you a job and keep you there if you're not performing. So maybe the people, maybe they weren't performing as well as they should be. Maybe they got too full of themselves. Maybe they got bent on the axle about something, or maybe they just got burnt out. It happens all the time. Business, retail, military, production, movies, even gaming. People get burnt out. Studios get burnt out. People get tired. Look at Gears of War. Look at Epic. They created Gears of War and all that stuff. After Gears of War 3 and Gears of War Judgment, they just started to go downhill. Now Microsoft bought them out and changed it around a little bit. Gears of War 4 and 5 are pretty decent. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is that it's not always a bad thing to have this happen. It is sad, and I pray that the Lord will bless people with no future employment. But also, we don't hear the whole underlying story. We don't know if these people are lack performers. Like I said, they rode the clock. They came in and eat the breakfast on the clock because think they're special, or they just didn't care and did a half-assed job. We don't know for sure. No one knows. So we got to leave it at that. I don't think people just fire people because they think it's funny. Mr. Burns, fire people. No. You don't want to fire people too much. If you fire good people, it goes away. If you got people who don't know what they're doing, making games or whatever, it's back in the early 80s, and really have a crash going on. So I think people are being let go in certain areas. Maybe more physical areas, the physical gaming departments, the physical operations department. The guys make the cases, put the games in there. That could be going. So it could be different things. It's not always a bad thing, or a thing that's required because of a lack of interest or maybe tardiness. It could be maybe that the division being closed down because it's no longer being needed. And maybe they can't shelf them anymore because all they know what to do is take the game, put it in a package, put it on the thing. And it's sad if that's the case. You didn't explore your future endeavors in the company. You didn't try to become a designer or graphic person or whatever. Hell, put me in the mailroom if you have to. Hey, you still need to send out mail. Not everything's 100% email yet. So that's me, though. I mean, you get a job somewhere in the company. I don't care if I'm scrubbing the toilets, as long as I'm getting that big old paycheck every 2 weeks. I don't care. That's me. That's how I look at things. I'm not a programmer. I'm not a designer. If it's people who are designing games, that sucks. But people who are in the physical game department, who are making the physical games, and processing and stamping them and putting them in the little cases, it's all done with machines now. But I'm saying, they're shutting that down, putting packages into the box, shipping them out to GameStop, for example. If those are going away, that makes perfect sense because everybody's going digital anyway. I talked about like 5, 6, 10, 100 videos before. All companies are going digital distribution, and this could be just another rope thread being cut on that so-called physical to digital, and it does make sense. If you think if you break it down brass tacks, it does make sense that digital distribution is taking over. And EA and Ubisoft and Insomniac and Sony and PlayStation, for example, Xbox, Microsoft, hell, you can get Windows 11 on your PC now just by download for free. I can download a free version of Windows 11 if I wanted to. A couple clicks, boom, download. I don't have to go buy no disc or no code. Just use the code from Windows 10 and download the damn thing to it. And activate it and bam. I don't want it because I like Windows 10 Pro. Professional. I like it. It's a lot better than I thought it would be. But is that a bad thing? Yeah, if you want 900 people lost their jobs, yes. 800 people lost their jobs. 800 people lost their jobs. Yes, it's a lot of people. If you're one of those people. But if you are a corporation trying to keep your company afloat, and now you have a straight shot to digital distribution, no longer needing to create discs, put people and sitting down in chairs, put those games together and put them in a box, ship them to GameStop or whatever the case may be. You just save probably 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 million. Let's say $5 million. It's not a lot of money if you put $5 million more back into your games and into your company to make better generated AI computers, better, hire more staff that are more capable of doing things better than before. So now you have all that technology. So now that's what it is. I think it's putting back into the company. Yeah, I should hire people, give them salary package. Yeah, it's been there 20 years. No, I'll give them a retirement package. Then here's your pension. Here's your, say, $200,000 or whatever it is for your services. Then they can draw that for a while, and when they have another job to go do, they pay off some bills or whatever, take a vacation, clear their head, and go start again in a company somewhere else maybe then. And who knows? Maybe they got nothing. That could be true too as well. But we won't know for sure, guys, until stuff start hitting the fan about it. I play devil's advocate because I understand the companies are trying to save themselves from going out of business. As they know, like landscapers out there. I was a landscaper too myself before. You can't hire staff that won't show up on time. If staff don't show up on time, you can't hire them. I'm sorry, folks. It just doesn't work. It says, say 5:30, not when you want to roll out of bed. I think that's the biggest thing, too. It could be different things. Maybe the time zone between London and the United States was that far off and they couldn't work. I don't know. But we'll find it later on, guys. But this weekend roundup, thank you for watching it. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell so my video come available. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Thank you guys for my 124 subscribers. I love you all. You guys be blessed. Be safe. Peace out.